I've been living in Seoul, South Korea for about 12 years, and every time I have guests or I meet new foreigners who come to this country, they always have one big problem with Seoul. And honestly, I didn't even realize that I had this problem with Seoul as well until I started to recognize this issue didn't exist when I would travel to other countries here in Asia or around the world. The problem is, Seoul, where are all of the trash cans? What's going on, guys? This is Francois, Marc. Welcome back to the channel. I just showed you a montage of trash cans located here in this area of Seoul. Okay, here's a question for you. Quiz time. What's special about those trash cans? Those trash cans that I showed you, actually, those are private trash cans owned by the companies and businesses that are in this area. They're not for public use. You can see here, this type of trash can that's got a colored lid on it, and this trash can here, or these trash cans here, also have colored lids on them. These are all private trash cans owned by a business or a resident, probably by this GS25. Now, the problem in Seoul is that a lot of foreigners come here and they wonder, like, where are all of the trash cans? I see this often whenever I'm traveling around the city, or even when I'm traveling around Korea. You cannot find public trash cans. You cannot find public trash cans anywhere in the city. If you do, it's like finding a leprechaun or a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. The other night I was in Myeongdong. That's an area where so many foreigners go, especially to try out Korean street food and to go shopping and do all kinds of stuff. That area has so much street food and so much people traffic that you would think that an area like that, one of the busiest areas in Seoul, will have trash cans. Oh, see here, public trash cans. No private trash cans. Probably belonging to this restaurant right here. I've walked down this entire street and there was not one public trash can to be seen. And it was the same when I was walking in Myeongdong the other night and trying out all the street food. Man, I was so full, by the way. You gotta check out that video. It was up here somewhere. Yeah, I was trying out all the street food and I finished all of my food. And the thing was is that after I finished, I was looking for a trash can and I couldn't find any trash cans around. I had like all of this trash in my hands, just wondering, what am I gonna do with it? I wanna eat more food, but I don't have any room to hold any food because I'm holding all of this trash. And I looked around me and a lot of other foreigners and people in the area who are buying food, customers, also had the similar issue as me. There was even one foreigner the other night when I was in Myeongdong who was buying beef with me, and after the foreigner finished eating the beef, he was looking for a trash can. He looked at, whoa, better go. Whoa, there's a lot of activity going on down here. Almost got hit by a car. Whoa, look at all of this. I wonder what they're protesting. I see a lot of American flags. Whoa, cool. The guy, he asked me, he was like, yo, where do I put the trash? And I looked at him, I was like, I don't know. I have the same problem as you. I have no idea where any of this trash goes. Hey, I'm in the train station. Where do I go? Ah, this way. So the cool thing was, the place where we both bought our beef, the guy who was selling, he asked for us to give him back the sticks. So he actually disposed of all of our trash for us. So when this happened, I was like, wait a second, let me test this out. If I eat at any of these stands over here, does that mean that these other business owners are also going to take my trash and throw them away? Like, let's test this out. Busy Saturday in Seoul, always so many people here. Yeah, so I went to the next stall and I bought some food, some chicken or something. And after I finished eating the chicken, I went back to the stall and I gave the trash to the operator. Lo and behold, he was happy to take the trash from me. So I was like, okay, I see how this works. You're not supposed to take your food and just eat randomly around the area. You're supposed to eat near the establishment where you buy the food so the establishment owner can throw the trash away for you. Yo, look at this cool wall art. Okay. This looks like old Joseon Dynasty celebrations or something. That's definitely gotta be Gyeongbokgung. I should do a video about Seoul metro stations next time because, man, no other place in the world beats a metro station in Seoul. These places are just like so well built, so efficient, and always full of interesting people. Yeah, so I started noticing, like when I looked around Myeongdong, I was like, wait a second, other people are also giving their trash to the merchants at the different stalls. So I was like, was I the only one who was unaware that you're not supposed to take your food and eat, that you're supposed to eat your food near the stall where you buy everything? Logic started to rear its ugly head. You know, if you can't find a trash can near you, why not just take the trash back to the place where you bought the food? food or where you bought the item. That makes like sense to me. For my final test, I bought some dessert and I took the wrapper back to the stall where I bought the dessert from. And guess what? The attendant accepted the trash without complaint. He was actually glad to receive the trash. He said, "감사합니다," and I gave it to him. And I was like, huh, maybe I'm onto something here. Like right here, you'll see an office building. Here is the trash can that belongs to this building. It is not public. It is for the people who work here, usually for smokers, I assume. Yeah, I went home and I did some research and I found out that I think it was in 1995, the Korean government passed some kind of resolution in the government that reduced the amount of public trash cans around the city. The article led me to other independent research, and I just found that one of the reasons why the Seoul city government, or maybe even the Korean government in general, reduced the amount of trash cans is because the trash cans could invite unwanted, dangerous, or hazardous material that doesn't need to be in a public trash can. And I guess that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, if you have like little children walking around, or even adults in general walking around, there's a public trash can that has like leaking batteries, you know, cigarette butts like we saw earlier, or any other kind of dangerous chemicals or materials, it could be harmful for a person. It makes me think about the United States. Like sometimes you can see a lot of weird things inside of our public trash can. You can see, you know, batteries, you can see sometimes syringes. I don't know why you would see that, or other things that don't need to go inside of a public trash can that should be disposed of at someone's home, or should be disposed of at a dump or a special site. I remember watching a YouTube video, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the video had hundreds of thousands of views. From what I know about the city of Chicago, this is probably true, that a man, he found guns in the public dumpsters in the city of Chicago. Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to a public trash can just to throw away like a wrapper from your gum or candy bar, and looking in the dumpster, you see guns? First of all, why would anyone be throwing away firearms? So I was really intrigued by the video. Like, why would anyone throw away firearms, excuse me, in a public dumpster instead of selling them or getting rid of them, you know, in the proper way? I read that Korea is also very efficient in the way it reduces its trash, or it disposes of its trash. Here in Korea, just like when I lived in France, you have to separate your garbage. You put the plastics here, you put the cans here, you put the paper here, you put like the one-time use trays and like wrappers from hamburgers or from fast food. You put those in like different bins. You have to separate all of those things. You just can't put them all in one trash can. I know in the United States we did this. We just threw everything away in one trash can. And even when I visit big countries like Mongolia or Kazakhstan, you don't separate your trash. I was surprised. When I rented my apartment in Almaty, I asked the landlady, where do I separate the trash? Because it's culture that was or is instilled in me from living here in Korea and from living in France. I'm so used to like separating all of my trash. She looks at me and she's like, oh, we don't have that here. I was like, okay, it's no problem. You know, it's your own country. Like here, you're even fined. They even give you a big fine if you don't separate your garbage the proper way. You're supposed to go to a convenience store or to a supermarket and buy special trash bags. Like for my neighborhood, the food trash bags are yellow, and the trash bags for like other disposable items, it's white or purple. So you put the food waste in the yellow bags, public or a neighborhood trash can for you to take out your food trash any time of the day, any time of the night. But for the disposable trash, the trash that goes into the white bags or the purple bags, you can only dispose of those items at certain times. In my neighborhood, it's between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Yeah, and Saturday is the off day. If you don't put your trash at the trash can, at the neighborhood trash can, between 8 and 10 on those days, you can get fined as well. Like, I've been walking for a long time. I've walked for maybe 20 minutes down this street, all the way down to this street, and I haven't seen one single public trash can. Yeah, and the waste management services are extremely efficient as well. Like at 8 o'clock, you can see there's an attendant in our neighborhood who's walking around the trash area, just picking all of the like loose trash up and putting it inside of a bag, because sometimes the trash falls out. But they'll put it inside of a bag, and then around 9 p.m., you'll see like the garbage trucks starting to come and collect all of the trash in the neighborhoods. And I think they'll go around the neighborhood 2 times to make sure that they get all of the trash. It's also another job that's very underrated. It's highly underrated. Imagine if we didn't have any waste management service people to take the trash from our neighborhoods, I'm pretty sure all of our areas, all of our homes would just smell rotten. Maybe next time you see a waste management service worker, maybe you can say, you know, thank you for your service. I talk a lot on my channel about the safety of Korea and also how Korea is so clean, especially Seoul, for being such a big city with like 10 million people in the center and 20 million in the aggregate. Seoul is incredibly clean. Now, I also researched that the government of Seoul reduced a lot of the trash cans. It was like from, I think, from 6,000 something trash cans to about 4,000 something public trash cans because the city is worried about a big littering problem. The city government was hoping that if they reduced a lot of the trash cans, people would be responsible enough to hold on to their trash and take it home and separate the trash into, you know, paper, metal, glass, whatever it may be. So the city doesn't have to worry about that. And it will also prevent people from littering on the ground. If there was a trash can, I'm guessing sometimes people like throw their trash, you know, toward the trash can, and sometimes it doesn't go inside. Yeah, I'm not sure if this actually works or not, but the article says that the city government is hoping that people will have some civic responsibility and want to see that their city is clean, so they would prevent themselves from throwing, you know, waste on the ground, even if there are no immediate trash cans. You know, it takes a while to kind of get around that logic, but I guess it could work. And I think that last fact kind of ties into the fact that I'm going to say now, and that is like a collective cultural responsibility. I did one video about how Korea has some of the highest, or one of the highest, or if not the highest societal order that I have seen in any country that I've lived or traveled in the world. So I'm assuming that, well, this is what the article said, but I'm also, you know, giving my own interpretation that because Korea has such a high societal order, people want to take responsibility for the aesthetics of their city, the aesthetics of their country, you know, how things look. They want to make their place very presentable. Koreans like aesthetically pleasing places. They like to go to like nice looking cafes. I mean, who wouldn't? It's not just Koreans. Koreans, they love to go to nice places and they want to see places clean. That's one thing that I noticed, and that you probably will notice as well when you come to Korea. Like, all of the establishments are clean. There are no like loose ends in any place that you will go. Okay, if you go to a mom and pop restaurant or a mom and pop shop here in Korea, you won't see like holes in the walls or anything like that. This is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say like Koreans care about the appearance of their establishments. They care about the appearance of their streets, of their city, of their country. You know, a lot of this waste management culture has rubbed off on me as well. As I stated before, when I go to different countries, I'm always looking for how to separate my trash, or I treat the environment the same as if I lived in Korea. Like, Korea has a saying, it's like Daehan Mingukin is like a Korean person, great, you know, Korean person, the literal translation, something like that. In the comments, you know, tell me the exact meaning of the word, because I actually don't know the difference between Hangukin or Daehan Mingukin. So maybe you can tell me the difference. But I guess now I'm like a Daehan Waegukin because I have like Korean culture embedded in my head now. I also made a video about Hanul Park. It's gorgeous. I mean, it looks like heaven. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe you should watch the video. It's like somewhere up here in the video. But yeah, you should watch the video. Hanul Park, if you haven't been, if you haven't seen it, it's absolutely amazing, stunning, breathtakingly beautiful, especially in the late fall or maybe even the spring. Just the sun there is crazy. But anyways, I found out that Hanul Park is actually a nice park that was made over a landfill. So before Korea or Seoul used to keep a lot of its trash there, but you know, at whatever time, whatever date it was, they built the park over this landfill. So you know, in order to prevent the city from looking aesthetically unpleasing, they made a park over all of their trash. It's just showing you the amount of effort that Korea or Seoul puts into its waste management, to the point that, you know, they want to even make their trash look pretty. Okay, that's it. I'm done. Wow, the lighting here is really good. Maybe I'll just stay here and end the video. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for watching. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the waste management system here in Korea and why it's so difficult for foreigners to find trash cans in the city or in this country. Whoa, focus on me. There we go. Yeah. So if you come to Korea or if you're here and you don't see trash cans, now you know why there are no trash cans. The government has some order to its madness, if I may say. Not really madness, but it's got some reasons why there are no trash cans here. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Love you guys. Make sure you stay hydrated, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Wait. There we go. That's better.